Good morning. Welcome to Nar Shalom. I'm Avram Shira, and we have an amazing little piece from Rabbi Nachman here. And it's like all these little mini paragraphs he gives you, and it could change the world, really, if you think about it. You extrapolate the ideas that he gives us here. You see how when two people do business faithfully, it's mikayem the entire Torah, they're keeping the entire Torah. But not only that, they share sparks of holiness between each other by doing business this way. And those sparks spread out to others, and to others, and to others. So let's see how it works. He says like this, someone who knows Torah. Doesn't say he's a great rabbi, it doesn't say he's a miracle worker. It says he knows Torah, and he does business faithfully, according to the laws of Torah. He's not trying to play any monkey business in the back room. It is a good thing for this person to do business faithfully. Why do we do it? Because it's a good thing to do. Because it renews his mind. When you do business faithfully, it actually renews the mind. But someone who doesn't know the laws and doesn't do business according to the laws. And we're not talking about rocket science. We're talking about, most of it should be intuitive to any person who's connected to his own goodness, is going to understand what's good for others as well. Okay, so a person who does not know the laws and he does not conduct business this way, what pleasure is there in business when you're not honest? Is it nice to cheat people? You get a rise out of faking somebody out? Is that right? It's funny, right? I'm glad you think it's funny. Some people have taken down a lot of millions. Is that the way you renew your brain? Is that way you feel good about yourself? A little self-esteem by cheating and falsifying and changing your mind in the middle of business, in the middle of a deal? You know, how many people show up at the day of the closing? Oh, no, I can't pay that now. Oh, no, we got to change the price. That's all incorporated from the beginning. Now, those type of people, do they really get pleasure out of their job, out of their business? Probably not, if they know what real pleasure is. But the Rebbe says we should know. Someone who knows business and does it properly with faith in the Creator and the laws of the Creator, he also does a favor for the person who is connected to his soul. In other words, when you do business faithfully, you don't just receive light for you that renews your mind. You receive light for everybody else on the pyramid of your soul. Your uncles, your aunts going up, backwards in time, and your children and grandchildren going downward in time. Because we are not living in a static, isolated world. We are part of a collective soul. Okay, when we're part of a collective soul, it means we're influencing each other all the time. When we go up, we pull people up. And unfortunately, the opposite is true as well. Because our souls are part of what's called Shekhinah, Knesset Yisrael, a collective divine power. The Shekhinah in you is the same Shekhinah in me. The only difference is I got a white beard. and you're in your Cadillac. But really, the connectiveness is there at the level of the root of our being. And when we do things good, especially business, because business is without business, the whole world falls apart. And we do it faithfully, we draw God into every transaction. Because the person who doesn't even know Torah, when he does business with someone who is faithful, then he receives from that same renewal. Think about that. Play it around in your head a little bit. Even if you don't know the laws of Torah, if you do business with people who do and who conduct their business according to the laws of Torah, you receive from their renewal. So you walk away from that business deal feeling good. You walk away feeling like that was right on. He got what he wanted. It's called win-win. V'zeo de kare kare. And this is the idea of a machloket in the Gemara between Rav and Shmuel about two people in the midst of a business deal, that if a person designates somebody to do something in a business deal and he doesn't do it, then he's not obligated to do it to somebody else. Like if you send me on a errand, a business errand, and I get to the guy's office and he's not there, I'm not obligated to give it to the secretary or anybody else unless it's been specified. And that's important because little things happen along the way in life. We all know. Okay, well, now for somebody, of course, someone who knows the Torah, azai tova lo shmechadesh sichlo b'toch emunah, that it's a good thing to renew your mind through faith. So you want to renew your mind? You want to feel new today? You want to feel young again? You want to feel great about being yourself in this crazy world? Then put your mind in faith. Stop trying to logically deduce every single factor and detail of your life. It's a normal thing. We all do it. I go here, I do this. I go here, I do that. I figure this out, I figure that out. This is the way I should do it. Fine. We need to think logically. That's a gift from God. But at the end of the chain of logic, we begin faith. So we really need to do both. But when we put our mind in faith, really in faith, the first thing that happens is you get nachat. You get to be at ease in your heart. You start to feel relaxed about your life, relaxed about the pressures of life, because you know you have the ultimate advisor on your team. And then when you do business faithfully and you get the renewal of your mind, you can go back to your learning and your prayer and your meditation at an even higher level. Right? New dveikut, he says it right here. And new learning through a fresh filter. You know how the air conditioner works better when you clean the filter? Because he doesn't rely on giving the command to somebody else. Right? He takes it on himself because he learns the Torah and he renews his mind in doing business faithfully. Now there's plenty, obviously there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that learn Torah and that do business, maybe millions probably, right? But you still have to have the consciousness that you're doing it in the name of God. You know, whether you're selling a yacht or an apartment building or you know, a loaf of bread, you still want to have it in mind that as you take that money or as you give that money for the simplest item, that you're part of an equation of God, translating God's energy into the world through what we call the renewal of the mind, which is Hadashim lebokarim rabba munatecha. The verse says, right, that in the morning our mind is renewed. So when you do that, when you have that understanding that that's what you're partaking of, the refixing of the world by doing business faithfully, it changes your attitude about everything. So he also does a favor to other souls that are connected to his root. And the Baal Shem Tov says every transaction is a transmission of a spark. A spark means a little packet of divine energy. That's what a spark is. It's divine desire before it's identified as such. In other words, you wake up in the morning and you want to have a cup of coffee. That's actually a spark of divine desire, and you put it in the vessel called cup of coffee, right? And then in the other times, you have a desire for this or a desire for that. Whatever your desire is, it's from God. He gives us satisfaction through having desire. All the people that are suffering because they don't know what they want or they don't have any desire for anything. They don't even want to be here. They're the ones who suffer the most. But when you have desire, that means you have a spark of Hashem that you put into whatever vessel you choose. You want to get married, you want to buy a house, you want to move to Israel, which of course is the greatest mitzvah nowadays, in my opinion, at least. And the rabbis seem to say that when you come to Eretz Israel, you know, it's like going from the minor leagues to the major leagues. When you come to Eretz Israel, it's like you're on the starting team of the major leagues in spirituality, I think. Now, of course, there are great tzaddikim outside the land. But everybody that comes here knows something's a little different here in every which way. Okay, but we see, though, that the renewal of the mind that you caused by doing faithful business is transferred to everybody else around you. And that starts to change the world. And if everybody got that, can you imagine if all of a sudden all the billionaires got together and started doing business completely faithfully, what it would do? All the politicians would be out of work. No, not exactly. They'd have a different job description, right? Their job description would really be public servant. Anyways, enough. Let's not get too sarcastic, but God should bless you all to do business faithfully, to have faith in your faith. Also, don't second question yourself. These are the laws of the universe given to us. Don't question yourself and your faith. Have faith in your faith and also the other guy's faith. Now, if you're not sure, that means stop. That means wait, check it out. Is the guy really honest with you in business? Is he really going to be there for what he says he's going to be? Is he going to make good on his end of the bargain? That takes time and research and prayer and mazal and God's blessing. And you should all have it. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow on the Erev Shabbat class, and we'll continue the work of learning this amazing book every day that we can until it's done, and we'll probably have to do it again and again and again, and that's okay, because that's the infinity of Torah and wisdom. God bless you all.